Hello everyone, Robo here, bringing you a fast castle tutorial. Okay, let's start the game. Fairly standard start. What you do in most games, you queue up your TC with villagers, start making some houses. Because you don't want to get housed at the start, because it just slows you down. And got some good scouting going on. Scout running around to the side, also the sheep doing stuff. Just little things you should try to do, because you scout out your base so much faster, especially when they keep moving. Okay, so we're going to start with 6 to sheep, and then we're going to send some villagers off to wood in a minute. Yeah, got a nice deer patch up the back. Yeah, decent gold. That's good wood along the front there, blocks off a fair bit of the map from being attacked. Okay, well, got 6 on sheep now. Gonna head for wood. Now, when I was playing this, I was thinking, should I go for the back wood or the front wood? Spent a while trying to decide it, and decided on the front one because it seemed a little bit easier to defend. Because from this end, you're pretty easy to the TC. That one across the TC as well. If you needed it for some reason. And yes, got some villagers going after wood. Still scouting. Pretty basic stuff so far. It's pretty good. Found both boars, gold, berries, deer. I think we're missing 2 sheep. So, pretty good. I'll need to head back to the TC pretty soon. Okay, 3 to wood. Constant TC production, that's good. Okay, 4 to wood. Next villager is going to head off to grab a boar. This boar here, because it's assumedly closer to the enemy than that one is. Because the enemy will be somewhere in this corner, or this corner most likely. And there's the last 2 sheep. That's good. There we are, villager off to get the boar.
نعم أمر.
Hopefully he'll be able to get back to the boar about the same time the sheep finishes. Because less idle time for your villagers, you don't want them just standing around for ages. Okay, yeah. Villager number 11 here. No, villager number 12 goes off to berries. He's going to make a mill once we've got 100 wood. Right there, boar's here within a couple of seconds of the sheep finishing, so that's good timing. Boar lure could have been a bit closer to the TC under area, but it's still good. It's within 1 tile. Trying to force drop to get 50 food. Just missed, it's a bit annoying. Found the enemy here. It's good. But now he's going to head back and lure some deer in, because extra food from the deer is very important. Come on, force drop. Force drop the villagers. You can do it. You can do it. Oh wow, that's such idle time. Well, anyways, you want to lure your deer because they're worth 140 food each, and you don't need to build wood for farms or anything. So it's 140 times 3 is like, I don't know, 400 food there. So if you wanted to get that from farms, you'd need to make 3 or 4 farms, and that's 200-ish wood. Blocking the boar a little bit there, make sure the villager gets in safely. It's a good boar lure. Right under the TC, right next to the other one. Yeah, so after sending 4 to berries, you send your next 4 to boar or sheep or deer or whatever sort of food you can get underneath the town centre. And then you start laying farms with your injured villagers. So the ones who did the boar lures, so they stay nearby. Because you don't want to have a villager who's on only 15 HP out here chopping a wood where a scout could just run in and pick it off. Yeah. Should have hopefully made a villager there, but forgot to build a house, so doodle instead. Had to hurry there, took all the villagers off wood, which is pretty bad, but not much I can do about that. Screwed up early. Yeah, so after this you send your next 5 villagers up to wood, either down here at the back, whichever one you want to do. Generally it's better to split your lumber camps, like you don't want the second one right there, because if you got one up here and one here and the enemy attacks with 3 or 4 scouts or something, and they can only attack 4 or 5 villages. And so if you can't wall fast enough, you can run back to your town centre, and you've still got some villagers collecting wood, which is good because you don't want to run out of wood. Hey, look, that's 3 deer, and then more deer to lure, so Scout will head off to keep scouting. And keep sending villagers up to wood. Maybe start laying some more farms soon. Yeah. Something else you want to watch is you want to keep your villagers nearby your resource gathering buildings. Like these villagers, they only need to walk about 1 tile to drop off. Same with these berries. You don't want them walking all the way around these berries to get to this one and then go back around. And same here, you try to keep them nearby so there's less walking involved. Okay, so that's 4, 5 onto wood, and then you send your last 3 villagers over to your gold, and then you click up with about 28 villagers, go to feudal age, and yeah, that's the start of the fast castle. Houses, keep laying farms when you've got the wood for it, keep killing your sheep, gathering the last of the deer, and there's 3 villagers heading off to gold. Similar thing with what I was saying about keeping your lumber camps and stuff close to the resources, you want them to walk a minimum distance. So here you have 1 villager in either corner, and they just stand up, drop off, keep mining. But you got to make sure they stay on these close 4 or so gold mines, because they're over here. Look at all that walking you got to do. That's pretty bad. Yeah, clicking up to feudal age. Could have been 20 or 30 seconds earlier, but the idle time sort of hurts. I want to lay a barracks so that when you get up to castle age you can build stable and blacksmith that you can go up to castle. Because you need 2 feudal age buildings. Yeah, see this villager. Go walk all the way around that tree, but if it was just on this one, a little bit less walking. Look, it's like another 2 seconds to walk just that distance there. Now we've almost got the food all ready to go up to castle. Aside from the fact we're not in feudal. Yeah, well, so if you follow this build order, you can go 2 stable, constant night production and 2 town centres pretty easily. Or you can go 1 stable, 3 town centres for more of a boom style fast castle. You should definitely make some knights for offensive purposes, because you don't want to leave your flank players all alone, because then they'll get double teamed by their opponent in one of the other pockets, and you don't want that to happen to your teammates. It's pretty bad. Yeah, just a little bit of a missed time here, but it's not too bad. So yeah, stable, blacksmith, make 2 villages and send them to gold, and then you can go straight to castle. Those buildings should be done about the exact amount of time it takes to make 2 villages. That's pretty good. Now I also did double bid axe here because I had enough food to do it and still click up. And if you can afford that sort of thing, then you may as well do it. Saves you a bit of time later. Stable, blacksmith, villager, castle age. Whew, well done. And then you want to do horse collar so that when you lay more farms they can carry more food. The more food you have in the farms, less times you need to replace them. And then that just means you save wood. See, when you see this farm pop up, it should have 220 odd food in it. Whereas before horse collar it's only got 170-ish. Yeah, big difference in extra food. Yep, so now just keep chopping wood, farming farms, mining gold and whatnot until you get up to castle age. Probably afford to drop another farm with this guy, maybe another one with another lumberjack, but it's no big deal at the moment. Yeah, you should be able to get up to castle age about 17 minutes. If you've got the same amount of idle time as I had, but if you can wipe it out completely, you can do a good 16:30 castle time, which is very good. Fortunately, I'm not that good, but everyone can improve somehow. Yeah, there's the extra farm I wanted. Well, 550 odd wood. That's enough for 2 town centres. Got more than that now, so I can lay more farms. Now these guys are going to come across and build first the 2 extra town centres, and then get my wood villages to make another one on my lumber line. Protect the gold, protect the wood, and this one protects your farms. Gotta keep your villages protected. Town centre, villages, knights, one more town centre, and the armour, just to make your knights better. See, 300 wood there. Could easily have laid another 2 or 3 farms, get extra food up. Probably done the wood or food upgrade, wood or mill upgrade, sorry, faster. No one's perfect. Yeah, so like those 8 farms won't be enough for 3 TCs and knights constantly. That was a bit of a mistake on my part. Probably should have laid more farms early. But I've got enough extra villages here that I can lay a bunch of farms. The town centres are idle a little bit at the moment, but able to fix it up pretty quickly, and you've got 3 knights that you can go attack with, help out your flank allies, do whatever you need to do really. Yeah, so that's basics of a fast castle. Now, this is a fairly safe fast castle build. You got 3 town centres, so you're able to protect your resources, protect your villages, get a good boom going. But you could, instead of building this 3rd town centre, make an extra stable and go for 2 stable knights. And so instead of attacking with 3, you'd have 6 knights, and you'd aim to do a lot more damage to the enemy eco a lot faster. But if you don't do that damage, then you're gonna fall behind pretty quickly, because you're not got the same eco as your enemy. So you got to be careful with what you do. Yeah, so they are keeping all the town centers working. Stables stopped, but again, can't have everything. Yeah, so that's it. If you've got any questions, post in the comments, or join the Noob Academy and post in there, or even just send me a Steam message. Whatever you want to do. Thanks guys, see ya.